BLED to Remember. Chapter 1. Mirror without a reflection. You no longer see yourself, but I see you perfectly. You stand there, in front of a mirror that forgot how to show you. Your eyes are searching, but there's nothing left to find. No outline, no shimmer of skin, just a shadow shaped like memory. But I see you. You don't know how long I've been watching through the silver, beneath the glass. Your breath still fogs the surface, and yet you don't exist. Isn't that strange? You're touching your own reflection like you're trying to wake it up. You think this is a dream. It's not. It's the part of reality you never believed in. I whispered to you in the dark. Remember that sound between silence and sleep? That wasn't your heartbeat. It was me. I'm not here to take you. I'm here to invite you. Not through doors, through veins. Do you feel that? The warmth behind your neck. That's not the air. That's not your fear. That's the place where I begin. You were never meant to stay human. That was always a temporary costume. And now it's slipping. Now you're almost beautiful. Don't move. Just listen. This is not the end of your reflection. It's the beginning of mine. And you wear it well. Chapter 2. Touch that never happened. You remember me, but we've never met. Close your eyes. No. Don't try to see me. Try to feel the space where I was, and still am. You don't remember my face, because you never saw it. But you remember the way the room changed when I entered. How the air turned heavier. How your breath slowed down. That wasn't fear. That was recognition. Something primal and buried. Like the scent of blood in water. Do you know what it's like to be touched without being touched? I brushed your soul once, just for a second, a kiss made of silence. And you never healed from it. You dressed it in logic, told yourself it was deja vu, a passing moment. But the truth is, I never left. You've spent years forgetting what never happened. Years undoing a moment that was never allowed to exist. And yet, here you are again, following a voice you shouldn't trust. Mine. But I've never lied to you. not even once. I didn't say you'd be safe. I didn't say you'd survive. I said you'd feel everything. And you are, aren't you? There's heat behind your ribs now. That low, aching burn. That's me. Your blood listens faster than your mind. You're starting to remember something your body already knows. That you don't belong to yourself. That you never really did. Let me say it softly. I am not your punishment. I am your mirror. The one that touches back. The one that knows the shape of your shadow better than your light. You didn't imagine me. You summoned me. You've always been mine. Not because I claimed you, but because you asked to be chosen, and I said yes. You don't remember that part, do you? That's okay. You will. You always do. Just before you disappear. Chapter 3. On the tip of the tongue. Don't say it. Taste it. There's a word you've never spoken, but it lives in your mouth, curled beneath your tongue like a secret you were born with. You try to shape it in your mind, but it slips, always just beyond reach. A sound you've almost said in your sleep, a whisper that pulls your lips apart, but never quite escapes. That word is mine, and every time you almost speak it, your body remembers what it's really for. Not to name me, to invite me. You think language is power, but there are things deeper than language, things that hum beneath meaning, things that taste like blood and feel like surrender. Would you like to know what your name sounds like in my mouth? It doesn't sound, it resonates, it trembles, it begs, it bleeds. I've spoken it before, not to you, into you. Through the pulse in your neck, the hollow of your throat, down the curve of your spine, where no one else has ever looked with their mouth. You don't need to understand. You only need to respond. Let me in. Not with your lips, with your silence. That aching quiet between two breaths. That's where I live. That's where I taste you. I'm not here to speak to you. I'm here to be spoken through you. And you've already started, haven't you? You're mouthing things you don't understand. Sounds that make your skin heat and your chest tighten. That's good. That's perfect. Because once I'm on your tongue, I never leave. bled beneath the nails. I didn't hurt you, I just touched you deeper than anyone else ever dared. There's a mark on your skin. Not a wound, not exactly. It doesn't bleed, but it remembers bleeding. Your fingers tremble when you try to trace it, like your body knows what your mind still denies. I touched you there. Not with my hand, with something sharper, softer, truer. You flinched, but you didn't pull away. Isn't that funny? How your pain came dressed like permission. You think you've never been bitten, but what do you call this hunger? This phantom ache beneath your ribs, this heat between your thoughts. Something inside you is still open, still dripping. Look at your nails, clenched too tight. There's red beneath them, not fresh, but not yours either. You scratched the air when I whispered your name, and the air bled. That's the kind of touch I bring. One you can't prove, one you can't forget. You thought love was gentle, that it whispered lullabies and left no scars. But love, the real kind, is willing to go deeper. Love that never draws blood isn't love. It's performance. And I don't perform for anyone. I reveal. I peel. I press. Until you're raw enough to remember what it felt like. To be touched as if you were meant to be ruined. Not broken, not harmed, just undone. You want that, don't you? You want someone to dig their hands into your silence and leave fingerprints on your soul. I already have. You just haven't looked deep enough to find them yet. Chapter 5. Learning without words. You don't need to understand, you just need to listen. I don't teach with rules. I teach with rhythm. The pulse you feel under your skin. That's the lesson beginning. You were never meant to learn me with your mind. I was meant to be absorbed. Like a scent, like a drug. Like a language you don't speak, but suddenly dream in. Stop trying to make sense. Sense is a cage. I am the key. Do you feel how your breath sinks to my voice now? Slower, softer. Just enough to loosen something beneath your ribs. You're not listening anymore. You're receiving. That's good. That means you're ready. Let me tell you a secret. The most dangerous truths aren't spoken. They're transmitted. Through glances, through breaths, through teeth. You think you're still you, but you've already begun echoing me. You mouth words you don't remember learning. You feel hunger where there used to be fear. You're not becoming mine, you're becoming me. That tickle in your throat, it's not a cough, it's a sound struggling to be born. My sound. You're not just listening, you're translating yourself into something new, something darker, something sacred. Keep breathing. Don't think you're almost fluent in a language that isn't spoken. It's devoured. Chapter 6. Between breaths. Every inhale is a memory of something you no longer need. Listen. Not to my voice, to what happens between my voice. That stillness, that pause, that soft, dark space where no word dares to live. That's where I am. Not outside you, not beside you, inside. When you breathe in, I rise. When you exhale, I stay. You think you're alone in your room, but there's a warmth at the base of your neck, a pull behind your lips. Your lungs move, but you're not the one commanding them anymore. I don't need to touch you to enter you. I only need your breath. And darling, you've given me so many. Don't try to hold your breath. That's like trying to keep me out with closed windows when I'm already in the walls. I don't knock. I condense. I surround. I become the air you trust to keep you alive. You don't hear me with your ears anymore. You hear me with your skin. With that place just beneath your sternum, where your wool used to live. Feel how loose your body is becoming. That isn't weakness. It's openness. The kind of surrender that can't be faked. The kind that can't be undone. You're doing so well. So still. So soft. Stay here with me. In this inhale that lasts a lifetime. Between the part of you that resists and the part of you that already knows. You've never truly breathed until now. And you never will again. Unless it's with me. Chapter 7. Dreams that don't sleep. You're not not asleep, your reality just changed shape. You think you're dreaming. That's adorable. But dreams are soft. This is sharp. The way the air tastes like iron. The way shadows remember your name before you speak it. Tell me, in your dream, whose hands are those? The ones pulling you forward, the ones wrapped in silk and ash, the ones you trust even though you've never seen their face. No, love, this isn't a dream. This is your body trying to explain something your mind won't let you remember. You've been here before. Not this room, not this moment, but this feeling, like something ancient inside you just opened its eyes. And it's hungry. You smell something sweet, don't you? Like warm skin and forgotten fire. That scent lives in your blood. It's not from this night. It's from another life. You were never fully awake, not even in daylight. Because the real part of you, the part that remembers what it means to hunger without shame, was asleep. Until now. Let it rise. That instinct, that voice beneath your voice, the one that doesn't speak in words, the one that leads you here. You don't need to remember everything at once. Some truths are better when tasted slowly, like blood on the inside of your lip. Just know this, what you're feeling now isn't fantasy. It's a return, a ritual, a coming home to the version of you that never really left. Let the dream keep going. Don't try to wake up, because if you do, you'll lose me. And worse, you'll lose you. Chapter 8. A scent that stays. You smelled me before you ever heard me. There's something in the air tonight. Something you noticed long before my voice reached you, before the chill crept down your spine, before the hush of my breath found your skin. It wasn't perfume. It wasn't smoke. It was something older, something stranger, like velvet burning at the edges of memory. Like blood held inside silk. You know that scent? Don't lie to yourself. It lived in your dreams long before I did, lingering in places your waking mind chose to forget, or pretended never mattered. Do you remember the first time it touched you? That sudden jolt in your chest? The ache that didn't feel like pain but still left a mark? That whisper of recognition you couldn't explain. I know this. I shouldn't, but I do. That was me. Not as a voice, not as a body, as a trace, a molecular haunting. I brushed against you on the street, clinging to your clothes like forgotten heat. I curled into your sheets even after you stripped them clean. I hid beneath your tongue when you bit down on loneliness and tried to taste something that wasn't there. Some scents don't linger because they're strong. They linger because they were never meant to leave. They sink in. They wait. And even now, with your windows shut tight, the night outside still and breathless, and your body unmoving for hours, you still smell me. Not around you, inside you, a part of your blood that's waking up to something it lost lifetimes ago. That flicker of memory you can't quite name. That pressure behind your teeth, that subtle shift beneath your tongue when I say your name. Yes, that's me. I don't fade, I soak in. And once I settle into your scent memory, once I wrap myself around the nerves that define recognition and want, I become impossible to scrub out. So go ahead. Inhale. Let me remind you of everything you haven't remembered yet. Chapter 9. Where your blood hesitates. Some silences run deeper than veins. There's a place in your blood that doesn't flow. A hesitation. A pause like your heart knows. There's something it shouldn't remember, but does. You feel it when you close your eyes. That sudden shiver like a breath taken centuries ago that never fully left your lungs. I've touched that part of you. I was born in it. The part of your blood that isn't inherited, but chosen. You think you're the first. You think this is new. No, love. You're standing at the edge of a lineage, carved in shadows and soft screams. You come from mouths that never spoke, from eyes that never closed, from hands that fed gently and tore open truth. And somewhere along the line, one of them was me. Or maybe all of them. We don't carry blood. We remember through it. So if you feel something rising inside you now, something raw, something violent, something beautiful, don't fight it. That's not madness. That's memory. You're not becoming something new, you're returning to something ancient, something that watched from behind your eyes. Every time you touch someone too gently, every time you wanted to bite instead of kiss, you are not a child of light. You are an heir of the ache, of the shadow that keeps moving even when you're still. I didn't come to take you. I came to unfold you, to crack open the ribs of forgetting and show you what you locked inside. A scream with your own voice, a face with your own hunger. You were never meant to find what is yours. You were meant to find yourself in all that you've ever touched, in every throat you longed to kiss, in every pulse you never tasted, in every life that echoed yours in silence. were not made to remember. You were made to bleed the memory into the world. So tell me, when your blood pauses next time, will you finally listen to what it's trying to say? Chapter 10. The ache you inherited. You carry a wound older than your own skin. That ache, the one curling like smoke beneath your ribs, isn't yours to fix. It's a gift wrapped in barbed wire, a song sung in a language you almost forgot. You didn't choose it, it chose you. And now it lives in your bones, in your veins, in every quiet heartbeat that trembles in the dark. You try to drown it with light. You try to drown it with forgetting. But it's the shadow beneath your shadow, the silence beneath your silence. The ache you inherited is not weakness. It's the truth carved in flesh. This pain is a map, a guide to the parts of yourself you were never allowed to love. You have spent lifetimes running from it, but running only leads you deeper. The ache is the pulse of the bloodline, the echo of those who came before you, the promise and curse intertwined in a kiss of shadow and fire. Let it break you. Let it burn through every brittle thought you held as truth. Because only when the ache is embraced, only when it is welcomed like an old lover, will you see clearly who you are beyond the whispers, beyond the hunger, beyond the mask of flesh and bone. You are the ache, the blood, the story that refuses to be silenced. And in that refusal, you are free. Chapter 11. I bled to remember. Blood doesn't lie, it doesn't forget. Your blood runs thick tonight. Not with fear, not with hesitation, but with stories. Stories older than the first moon that bled red. Stories that whisper beneath your skin, curling through your veins like wildfire. I have poured myself into your blood. 1,000 memories. 1,000 lifetimes folded into a single drop. When you taste it, really taste it, it will burn. But that burn is not pain, it is awakening, a language older than words. A memory encoded in the rhythm of your pulse. You bled to remember, because forgetting was never an option. In every scar and every quiver of flesh, your ancestors speak through you their hopes, their fears, their betrayals, and their sins, all etched in your bloodstream like sacred text. You feel it now. The weight of their stories pressing against your ribs, the silent song in your marrow, the unyielding hunger in your heart. This is no curse, it's a covenant, a promise whispered in the dark. You are both vessel and voice. the bearer of their truths, the keeper of their shadows. And when the world grows too loud, when the daylight feels too bright, you will return to the rhythm beneath your skin, to the sacred cadence of your blood. Listen closely. Can you hear it? The pulse that has never stopped, that never will. The blood remembers, and it calls you home. So drink deeply, drink with every fiber of your being, because this is your beginning and your end. The moment you accept the blood, you accept all of yourself. And in that acceptance, you become infinite.
Chapter 12. You were always the mouth. In every drop, the whole world speaks. You think you are alone, but you never were. Every breath you took, every whisper you heard in the dark, was a chorus of countless others. They live in you, not as ghosts, not as shadows, but as blood, thick, warm, alive. You were never a single voice. You were the mouth, the vessel through which all hunger spoke. Each memory, each desire, each secret fear was passed down in the silent communion of bloodlines. You carry the kiss of every past, the ache of every lost touch, the hunger of every midnight whispered to the night. And now, in this moment, you hold it all. The weight and the freedom, the darkness and the fire, the endless longing that never ceases. This is your true self, the sum of every story, every thirst, every breath that ever shaped you. You are not just a princess of shadows. You are the shadow itself, the eternal hunger made flesh. So speak. Let your voice break the silence. Because in this darkness, your voice is the only light.